Meghan Markle has unfairly got a reputation for being a bit of a diva, but royal insiders say she's only ever made one demand. Don't leave her alone with Prince Andrew.
Say Miss Meghan Markle is on the American program Suits.
Yes, Wednesdays, 8 p.m, USA Network.
The only difference between that show and this is people watch this one.
Authentically, organically want to share. I go back to the authenticity, right? It's what I love and it's what I want to share. I wanted to do what felt authentic, but also to be authentic.
You're a cold-hearted woman.
If you had lunch with Meghan Markle, you'd be stunned at how dumb she was. Not because she's black, because I wouldn't think she was black if I looked at her, because she's an actress who was on the show Suits.
Harry and Meghan are leaving the palace to become financially independent. And you see, this is what happens when you bring the first black woman into the royal family. Yeah. She looked at Harry and she's like, "Nigga, you need to get a job. You need a job. You a grown-ass man. You can't still be living in your mama's house, Harry."
Markle is somebody who obviously, at least for a period of time, was a close associate of Prince Andrew, and hence is in a position to perhaps have seen what he did, and perhaps, if not, to have seen what he did, to have heard people talk about it.
And he'll say M and you'll say H and your friends say M and it just is a thing.
It's a thing.
And do you both love it?
Yes, and I like nicknames a lot.
Are you fucking dumb?
What could it be? A mystery for the ages.
You're a cold-hearted woman, Sonia. I'll fucking show you, dying. I'm leaving you. Is it a weekend at Bernie's situation, Sonia? What the fuck are you talking about? No, he's fine. He's signing the documents.
People love calling Meghan Markle difficult, a diva, hard to work with. But insiders tell a different story. There's really only one thing she's ever insisted on. Keep Prince Andrew away from her.
I've already settled it for myself, so flattery and criticism go down the same drain. Nothing negative about being a feminist. It's not the F word.
Meghan Markle is, of course, a lifelong feminist, which she's demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job.
For someone who claims all she wants is privacy, Meghan Markle sure has a funny way of getting it. Every time the cameras catch her looking bad, she's suddenly got something to say. Years of quietly scrubbing the record, deleting the unflattering, rewriting the inconvenient, and shading anyone who refuses to bow to the brand.
My friends have to read those things. Like, I have real best friends, the same ones since I was 17.
Really?
You know, like, I'm a real mom. I choose to go and do school pickup and drop off, but I do that under a landscape that is created that forgets that I'm a real person. My kids will see those magazines, and we all know moms gossip.
She is a malignant narcissist who cannot get enough of herself while she simultaneously plays the victim.
No, you're not a fucking victim. What are you talking about?
Sure.
One joke and Meghan's carefully built image was in pieces, branded the fakest feminist in the room. And honestly, hard to argue. People are exhausted with the victim routine. It's always her truth, her pain, her struggle on repeat. What never shows up is accountability. The second her story doesn't hold up, she just changes it.
June, Harry, the ginger, formerly known as Prince, became the first British royal to give evidence in court for 130 years. It's disgusting the way the press have tried to manipulate, gaslight and control Harry. I mean, who do they think they are? Meghan?
Strip away the brand and what's left looks a lot like a woman who can't get enough of her own reflection, even while insisting constantly that she's the one being victimized.
Well, you never stood a fucking chance, did you?
Prince William or Prince Harry?
Prince William or Prince Harry? Well, the royal family, right, if you can imagine, they're like our Kardashians. Prince Harry is very much our Kanye. He occasionally dresses as a Nazi, and he fucked up.
And that was only the warm-up. When Jimmy Carr turned his attention to Harry and Meghan, he didn't roast them. He dismantled them, brand and all, one line at a time. It's the kind of takedown that should come with a warning label.
I think Harry's a fucking twat. I do. I think he's a fucking twat. He's a whining, whinging, complaining, woe is me. I'm the only one that's ever had mental problems.
You've been handed the world and every major contract. You had podcasts. You have all of this, and you didn't deliver because
there's nothing to deliver.
Yeah, because you don't have it, and that's okay. And I think they do have a right to privacy, but that doesn't seem to me what they're looking.
Harry's whole story is that he ran from control, the strict palace, the relentless press, everyone telling him what to do. Funny thing about that freedom, though, it just landed him a new boss. Now he's Meghan's Netflix property, scripted, branded, and packaged as independent for the world to consume.
Everybody's fucking life is hard.
Yeah,
you were the prince of a goddamn country who dressed up as a fucking Nazi, and now you're trying to come back as the Pope?
Curtsy, the thing she said about medieval times, her lunch with the Queen was like medieval times, which, as you know, is a Disney-type entertainment place for kids. And it's just so horribly disrespectful and just a wine fest. Cuddly, lovey, holding hands, going everywhere together. It's so disingenuous. It's like, come on.
He didn't escape his prison, he just upgraded it. Trade Buckingham Palace for a Montecito mansion, ring lights, a full rebrand, and a podcast-hosting wife selling jam. And somehow, the man who fled the royal spotlight still can't stop talking about the royal spotlight.
Meghan Markle was there, who's a huge celebrity.
Yeah, you guys love suits.
Specifically, Prince Harry loves suits.
Yeah.
He used it like Tinder.
It's very interesting. Did you ever run into Meghan Markle or anything like that you ever heard of? Because you were in New York quite a lot. But then you were until 2013. And Meghan Markle, I think, entered the scene with Soho House in 2012.
Yeah, so I went to Soho House a lot in London. It was a scene like Harry was always there, partying. He partied a lot. I saw so many people in the Soho, and it was dark. It was a lot of escorts were there. A lot of models were there. It was definitely a scene. Ron was there.
It's all going great. Don't fuck it up.
At some point, this stops being sympathetic and starts being exhausting. Harry talks like suffering was invented just for him. Newsflash, everybody's struggling. You're not the exception. Time to get over yourself.
They've made an appeal for their privacy, and they said, we just want everybody to leave them alone.
But we're going to do books and documentaries.
Well, no, they said it at Oprah, and then weirdly nobody left them alone. So they thought, well, okay, we started a Spotify series. So Meghan did her Spotify series saying, leave me alone, will you stop looking at me? And people kept looking at her. So then they did a book.
You pop.
It's true, he did a book saying, leave me alone, stop giving me all this attention. And that didn't work either. So now they've got a Netflix documentary saying, leave us alone, stop giving us all this attention. It is likely, one assumes, to be an absolute goldmine for Netflix. They're going to make a fortune because if you remember Howard Stern, the shock jock in the States, there's a famous scene in his movie and in his book Private Parts where they do the original research into him on WNBC, and they say what the research shows is that half of his listeners hate him, and management said all the more reason to get him off, and they said no, they're the ones who listen most. And that's what'll happen with this. People who loathe Harry and Meghan.
Kelly Osbourne had her say. But the real show was just getting started, because Jimmy Carr wasn't finished with Harry and Meghan yet.
Fireworks? What? Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Oh, they want so much privacy.
Down with the motorhead. We deserve our privacy.
Are they really like this?
Then there's Meghan, screaming for privacy while lining up a Netflix deal, a podcast, and red carpet after red carpet to remind everyone how badly she wants to be left alone. It's the equivalent of complaining about attention while striking a pose in every mirror you walk past. The contradiction isn't subtle.
In California, we're just a regular couple living close to Oprah and far from the paparazzi.
Ooh.
But not too far.
And nobody is a realer housewife than Meghan Markle, who married this ginger retard and took him out of his racist family so that they could live in Beverly Hills or wherever the f they live. Well, what's brilliant about what she's doing is she knows people want to spend money, and spending money makes them feel like they're getting something that's better, even though it might not necessarily be true.
That's the level of absurdity we're talking about with Meghan Markle. Drama so over the top that even someone in genuine crisis might look at her complaints and feel grateful. One joke and her victim narrative was completely exposed.
All have in common.
Hey,
Who's she? Who's the lady in the middle?
Wallace Simpson. She's a divorced American lady, and she calls the king to abdicate because he wanted to be with her. Do you remember?
So she's like vintage Meghan, old school Meghan.
Yeah, she's American.
That's a great way to describe Wallace Simpson. She's the original Meghan Markle.
Okay.
Meghan didn't just marry into the royal family. By most accounts, she dismantled it, pulling Harry away from the people and the life he'd known.
I remember that day in Windsor. It was magical when Harry and Meghan got married, and I remember thinking that the world had finally shifted, that we were moving forward. But now we know that the fairy tale was actually the beginning of a very long and painful nightmare.
What can Harry do?
He doesn't get security anymore. He has to pay for security. He has to buy his house. He has to mind the kids.
Do you know what Harry did for a while? Do you know what William used to do? William used to fly Coast Guard helicopters. Put on a little helmet, put on goggles. Nobody knew who he was, flew a helicopter. There's nothing stopping Harry getting a job flying helicopters in LA. He could fly a traffic report helicopter every morning.
Now go away. I'm so silly. I'm so silly.
Getting a job like the rest of us.
Because the paparazzi are never going to leave them alone.
Because they keep going up to the paparazzi and saying, hello, leave me alone.
When Jimmy Carr drew the comparison to Wallace Simpson, it wasn't just a punchline, it was pointed. Simpson was the American divorcee who pushed King Edward VI off the throne back in the 1930s. Nothing wrong with giving up a crown for love, if love is actually the reason. With Meghan, the theory goes, love wasn't the destination, it was the entry point. And once she was in, everything that followed lined up just a little too neatly.
She can nail every Spotify deal, WME representation she wants. It's never going to fulfill the hole that's inside of her because there's something wrong with this woman.
Of entertainment, Netflix has decided it will not renew its deal with Prince Harry and Meghan. It looks like the $100 million multi-year contract with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex is set to expire in September, and that's where Netflix will leave it. With more on that.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's media empire is expanding into podcasting. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have joined forces with Spotify to produce and host podcasts, their first series coming next year. The couple have already signed a deal to produce films and TV shows for Netflix after stepping down from royal duties.
Oprah, then Spotify, then a Netflix check landing right on schedule, like clockwork. And Jimmy Carr isn't the only one connecting the dots. The pattern people keep pointing to, Meghan has a track record of pulling families apart, starting with her own.
I was curious what they did with Harry and Meghan's wax figures, so I found the museum employee who's temporarily storing them. Oliver, you have generously offered to keep the wax figures of Harry and Meghan safe.
Yeah, that's correct. And if I may, I would just like to say that I'm definitely not using the wax figures for sex stuff. They are in a loving home, and I treat them better than the museum ever did. They didn't appreciate Meghan's soft hands or Harry's supple lips.
Harry and Meghan say they'd now like to split their time between spending your money in the UK and spending your money in Canada.
No deal, no representation, no amount of success seems to fill whatever's missing. She walked away from her own family. Her father is reportedly dying, and she still won't speak to him. Now the royal family carries the same fallout. And eventually, that's a reckoning nobody else can do for you.
We know that Meghan Markle was doing the nasty there with a bunch of people. I am so shocked that Harry is not concerned about his. I hope he had an STD check, because this is gross, because we know what they were doing in those yachts.
But look, it's vanity, pure and simple is what it is. Everyone's hung up about something. Good example, my girlfriend's incredibly self-conscious about her big, fat, ugly nose. No offense, love. No, I didn't know you'd be here. It's a lady on the front row looking paranoid. Like, have I got a massive nose and no one's ever told me? You did like my suit, yes, I should be nicer, but how would that be funny?
At some point, this stopped looking like two people escaping the spotlight and started looking like a business plan. They weren't leaving the royal story behind, they were packaging it up and selling it for millions.
I'm Meghan Sussex, and I'm a good person. And I'm meeting another good person today, the wonderful Ariana Grande.
Oh my God, Meghan, you're such a good person.
Yes, that's why I'm going to talk to you like you're an idiot.
She has connections. She has people whose necks she can step on to get to the next level. She does not have...
Jimmy Carr's bigger point. Harry has never actually run his own life. First it was the palace and the Queen pulling the strings. The moment that ended, Meghan stepped right...
Oh my... Sir, your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
Harry has spent his entire life answering to someone, the institution, his grandmother, and now, well, everyone knows who. He's built for being managed, someone telling him where to go, what to say, what to do. The second the royal safety net disappeared, Meghan filled the vacancy immediately.
I mean this sincerely, Prince Harry and Meghan, we don't give a fuck. America don't give a fuck about you. We don't care about the royal family.
They got a Netflix
We never
show.
cared about nothing that had to do with y'all. Keep your shows, keep your drama, keep all that nonsense. That's for you British people to fake care about. We do not give a fuck. We don't care.
I watched the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary. Now, I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. But now I've actually heard their side of the story. I hate them. They started off and they're making interesting points about racism and misogyny. Then they start calling each other H&M. And I just thought, oh, do f*** off. Harry starts describing this one date with Meghan as the night, let me quote you here, me and M pulled the pin on a fun grenade. I actually started rooting for Prince Andrew. Harry says, how do you explain to someone who've just started dating that they have to curtsy to your own grandmother?
How do you explain that you bow to your grandmother and that you will need to curtsy, especially to an American? Like, that's weird.
And I'm thinking, maybe just tell her that your grandmother is the fucking queen.
Let's be honest about what the backlash is actually about. It's not hatred, it's the hypocrisy. They've turned their personal grievances into a revenue stream. Interviews, documentaries, books, multi-million-dollar deals. Meanwhile, ordinary people deal with the exact same things: family conflict, mental health struggles, public scrutiny, minus the private jets and security teams.
They're ridiculous after that. They want it both ways. You know, you can't be, these people were so mean to us, poor us, and we don't want all this attention. And then let me write a book about how much we don't want attention. You're just fragile. Just take a hint from the Queen, the recently departed.
Never complain, never explain, and rarely be heard speaking in public.
Like, well, what's this girl, Meghan Markle? Seemed like a nice lady. Just complaining. I was like, didn't she hit the light skin lottery? Hit the fucking light skin lottery and still going on complaining. Acting all dumb like she don't know nothing. Going on Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family.
That bit got its laughs and moved on. But watch what happens the moment Prince William comes up. The entire tone shifts. No sarcasm, no punchlines, just genuine respect. Because William is seen as steady, grounded, someone who takes the job seriously. Compare that to Harry and Meghan, who begged for privacy, relocated continents for it, then built a Netflix show, a podcast, and an entire media presence around the very thing they said they wanted to escape, and now seem surprised people are still watching.
In January, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced plans to step back from royal duties and move to America. A term was coined to sum up the event and added to the Collins English Dictionary. What was it?
Oh, I know this one. Is it called rebranding?
No, Chloe. It's called
Megxit.
Oh, maybe I will get the next one right.
Question number 2.
In May, Prince Harry married Meghan Markle at a star-studded wedding in Windsor. Elton John, Tom Hardy and the Beckhams were all there, but can you name 3 American celebrities that attended?
I don't know about the 3 American celebrities that attended, but I definitely know 3 Americans who didn't attend. Meghan's father, mother, and her brother. She didn't invite her own family to the wedding.
Due to technical difficulties and too much reality, we will have to post.
At this point, they're not avoiding the spotlight, they're cashing in on it, and the audience isn't buying the victim act anymore.
So let me start with you, sir. You've lived a life with the royal family, you've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it in your new book, Where? We just want to be normal people. All this attention is so hard. Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy. To hell with Canada. We are leaving. We'll go find some quiet place where we can be normal people. Come on, wife. We want privacy. We want privacy.
Drop a comment if you're done with Harry and Meghan's nonsense. Hit like if you think Jimmy Carr just said what everyone's been thinking. And subscribe, because this drama isn't slowing down anytime soon.